नमो वितरागाय
नमो वितरागाय
नमो अरिहंताणम
नमो रियंताणम
नमो सिद्धाणम
नमो सिद्धाणम
नमो आयरियाणम
नमो आयरियाणम
नमो वज्रायाणम
नमो वज्रायाणम
नमो लोये सव साहुणम
नमो लोये सव साहुणम
ऐसो पंचन मुक्कारो
ऐसो पंच नमुक्कारो
सवपावपणासनो
सवपावपणासनो
मंगलाणंच सुवेसिन
मंगलाणंच सवेसिं
पद्मं हवै मंगलम्।
पद्मं हवै मंगलम्।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमः शिवाय।
ओम नमः शिवाय।
जय सच्चिदानंद।
जय सच्चिदानंद।
Okay, Jai Satchidanand. So we start off today's satsang on the first two Agnas. Before we even go to the first two Agnas, it is very necessary that we understand why to practice the Agnas. Agnas, just because Dada has given the Agnas after Gnan, that is why I have to do it, or is there any advantage in practicing the Agnas? Will it benefit me in any way? That has to be understood very clearly by every individual Mahatma. It must be your goal to practice the Agnas for your own inner bliss, for your own uh, equanimous handling of all worldly vyavahar, all worldly dealings that we call vyavahar, so that you may handle it with vitratka or equanimity for your peace, internal as well as for having clash free external relations. For achieving these two objectives, you have to practice the asanas for your own well-being. If you realize this, that implementing the asanas helps me in achieve this, and if you experience that, will you be encouraged and motivated to do more of that? So it's very important that you experience some of the results of practicing the asanas, especially in tricky situations, in uncomfortable situations. Realize the benefits, experience the benefits, and that is what will hold you or motivate you to continue with the asanas. Because asanas is something we have not brought. Asanas is something which has been given to us by Gnani Gurus. It is something different from the set of understanding that we have brought with us. Before we got Gnan, we had one set of understanding that I am the name bearer, I am Sunil, I am Asha, whatever my name is. After the Gnan, we have got another set of understanding that I am really speaking pure soul or Shuddhatma, and the name or name bearer is by Vyavhar or relative. In addition, Gnani Guru says that this is name given to the body. Body itself is temporary. So all situations are of the temporary type. So relative viewpoint means everything is temporary, and real viewpoint means everything is permanent. This is the new understanding we get from Dadaji after we take Gnan. Similarly, we had one set of understanding that I am the doer. I am earning money. I am cooking. I painted the house. I did this. I did that. We felt that we are the self-independent doers. After the Gnan, Dadaji explains that you are not the individual doer. So many circumstances come together and an event occurs. So for any event to occur, so many circumstances have to come together. And the example being quoted is that making of tea. For a simple thing like preparing tea, you need so many things. You need milk, sugar, water, vessel, stove, lighter, etc. You are also required, because even if everything is there, tea will not get prepared on its own. The preparer is also one of the instruments. So when all these things get come together, can tea be prepared? In ignorance, we used to have the belief that I prepared tea. Now with this Gnan, Dadaji says that event occurs by the coming together of so many circumstances. And this entire world, and particularly your own life, is also governed by the same set of rules, that circumstances come together and events occur. The same thing he has explained it as, and how do the circumstances come together? Do they come at random, or there is some rule? So that it says they come very scientific manner. Depending on the causes that we have laid, we get the effects or circumstances come. So he has summarized this understanding as the world runs based on scientific circumstantial evidences, which he has abbreviated in Gujarati as Vyavasthit Shakti. Vyavasthit Shakti is the one which runs all the events or these situations that happen in your life. We can also call it loosely in English as a regulatory energy or a regulatory power, I would say it. Vyavasthit Shakti or regulatory power, and more precisely, scientific circumstantial evidences. This is the new understanding that we get after we attain self-realization during the Nandi. Then we always had some likes and dislikes in all aspects. I like this type of food, I don't like this type of food. I like this type of people, I don't like this type of people. I like this type of weather, I don't like this type of weather. Likes and dislikes are there and they operate continuously in all aspects of our life. But what we call as rag and dvesh. So now, since this is already brought with us in our Prakruti, it will come out at its appropriate time. The solution to that is that whenever such things come out during your worldly interactions, you have to remain anchored in Shuddhagna and try to remain vitrag or equanimous. How will you do that? You will internally say that I want to do Sambhava Nikal of all these files. As I explained, whatever situations that come to you, your own body, all those are consider them as files and decide to settle all those files or clear up all those files equanimously. The fourth understanding in the form of the fourth Agna is Phailono Sambhava Nikal Karvo, or squaring up all the files equanimously. In that, we only have to nourish an inner desire that all these are files and I want to just dispose of them, equanimously. સંભાવે નિકાલ કરવો છે એવી ખાલી ભાવના જ કરવાની છે. But to only do that inner desire, because whenever like dislike will come out, you go to a hotel, oh, this is not a good place, this is a bad place, it will just erupt. When you interact with some uncomfortable person, oh, what a stupid person has come. All such thoughts will come. The Purusharth is, no, I want to equanimously settle it. That what you say within yourself will prevent your inner turmoil or inner clash. It will also have an external bearing. It will also send out positive vibrations to the opposite person. And whatever that account or relation is there, that will get settled equanimously. You feeling calm inside, the other person also feeling calm inside. This is a very brief introduction to the fourth Agna. The point is, it's a new understanding that don't take it things too real. Likes and dislikes. Don't get engrossed into it. Don't have too much attachment to what you like or too much of disgust to what you don't like. Take it cool, just decide to dispose of. So that by that means you will remain anchored in your pure soul or on your true self. This is a new understanding that is engaged to remain clash. And finally, it says, have you have been living so many life births for the body and body pleasures? Those you are all temporary, and every new birth you have to again desire for new body or the five sense happiness. Instead, now that you have got your self realization that you are the pure soul, experience the inner bliss. And for that, you must do some effort or push for remaining in your pure soul. So, he has given the fifth Agna as nourishing the pure soul or adding money in the account of Shuddhatma. That is the fifth Agna. Shuddhatma में चोपड़ा में रकम जमा कर दी, adding in the account of the pure soul. That is doing something by which this pure soul awareness is nourished. So, otherwise, what do we do? If we didn't have that, we would be always looking at material happiness, at physical happiness, and trying to see from where we can get more of it, where we can be away from the pain that we get in materialistic world. So the whole focus was on the relative. Others is now focus on the real, the pure soul. So these Agnas are nothing but a new set of understanding, parallel to the understanding which we have got. So what will happen is the old understanding is anyway going to operate. I like this, I don't like this, he is done like this, he is that. If in such situations we put the new understanding, no, I am the pure soul, he is not the doer. I want to spare up the other. You will feel very cool and if you actually do this push-up and experience bliss, you will be motivated. You will feel so light and happy. That is very, very important. The more of this inner happiness and peace that you experience, the more you will be motivated to practice it further. So this was just a summary of what is the advantage of Agnas. What are the Agnas? What is the advantage of practicing them? Little bit of practice will be experienced, and that should lead you to firmly resolve to practice the Agnas. What we call as Dhrad Nishchay. To firmly resolve that I want to remain in Agnas as far as possible or in the long term on a continuous basis. The starting point is firm resolution, what we can call as a firm determination on your part that I want to remain in Agnas. Now Agnas are quite elaborate, so you can start with the first two Agnas. And I want to remain in the first two Agnas. I firmly resolve that I want to remain in the first two Agnas. What are the first two Agnas? It says, by relative viewpoint, I am name bearer, whatever my name is, Ashok, Sudha, whatever. And by real viewpoint, I am the pure soul or Shuddha. So we must have these two Agnas in our awareness and resolve to remain in this awareness as far as possible. First thing is have determination. Second thing is make use of this divine vision that we have got up and now. The divine vision that you are the soul and there is soul in the others. Divya Chakshu, that as it's called. So make use of this Divya Chakshu. Make use of this divine vision. The more we make use of it, the more it will enhance and the more it will be activated and become more and more powerful. So Dadaji, in fact, used to, in the very initial stages in Bombay, after giving Gnan, he used to tell people horse cart ride, घोड़ा गाड़ी जिन्हें कहिए, horse cart ride, sit in it and just move around the town for some time and keep seeing Shuddhatma everywhere. And to others, later on, he used to say that just to practice this, the use of Shuddhatma, the use of the Shuddhatma vision as a practice. Just go out in the marketplace from your house, take a bag with you, shopping bag with you, and just keep on saying Shuddhatma in everyone as you move around the road. The bag is to so that people feel you are going out for shopping, but actually you are not going for shopping, but just to see Shuddhatma in everybody. So the more we see Shuddhatma, the more divine vision will get ingrained into us. Why we need to do it? Because this vision we have got by the grace of a Gnani. We have not done it by our own self-effort. So it needs nourishment so that it gets powerful and ingrained into us. So the second thing is we must grab every opportunity to see Shuddhatma. The moment we get up, we can see Shuddhatma in all our family members. Then when we go out for work, we can see them. Even if we are working and we see some plants or trees outside our window, then we can even see Shuddhatma in them. We see some pets, dogs, we can see Shuddhatma in them. Even if we see some pests like cockroach or ants in the house, we can see Shuddhatma in them. Basically, try and grab every opportunity to see Shuddhatma. Even at home, if you have seen Shuddhatma in your family members once, does not mean you cannot do it again. Keep seeing them whenever you meet them. Say first thing in the morning when you get up from the bed, say at breakfast time, say at lunch time, say at night at dinner time. Whenever you come across, just make it a practice to see Shuddhatma. The more you do it, the more you will be, you feel very happy. At times someone asks, how do you see Shuddhatma? So there are two ways. When you go to a temple, we have the idol of the Lord in front of us. Whatever idol, say Simon the Swami, say Krishna, whichever. What do we do over here? We fold our hands and go down and do namaskar to them. Say namaskar, I go down, do namaskar to Krishna Bhagavan. It is only a statue made of stone or marble, but we boast that it's Lord and we go to the Lord. Similarly, in all life human beings or life living creatures, we must have the same thing. I go down to the Lord or Shuddhatma, your soul within them. So that awareness is to be brought at that point of time. Go down to the pure soul in that living being. One other option which some people use is whenever you see a person, you superimpose Dadaji's photo or image on that person. It's a mental exercise. And you go down to the soul within him. Whatever suits you, you can do. With the superimposition of an image or even otherwise. This is a practice. Gradually, it will become uh, very easy and will become automatic, and the inner vision will open up more, much better. So that is how you must then grab every opportunity of seeing Shuddhatma. Because the real, the body or relative thing will automatically come up. My brother has come, my neighbor has come, this is the dog. The relative vision, the body vision, or the prakriti will be easily visible with the eyes, the physical eyes. But the inner eye or inner vision, and with the help of the inner vision, we'll be able to see the pure soul. So we have to keep both these viewpoints operating. The first physical one will operate automatically. The other one we have to initially do purusharth, and on a constant basis, if you pursue this purusharth, it will also become automatically and it will operate effortlessly. So the first thing is have a firm determination to practice Shuddhatma, the first two elements. Second thing is grab every opportunity to see Shuddhatma. That's the third. Then third thing is there will be many occasions where you will miss seeing out Shuddhatmas because of some work, activity, or other reason. So the remedy to that is whenever you remember, just close your eyes and trace back where all you have missed seeing Shuddhatma and visualize those people's faces, see Shuddhatma in them, and proceed. This exercise to be done, eyes closed, whenever you get some free time during the day. You can do it whenever you get time, say after 2 hours, 3 hours, or 4 hours after you get up, during lunch break, during tea, evening, or ultimately at least at night time. Before retiring, you can always review the whole day where you have missed out in Shuddhatma and see in them. If necessary, you can do a short pratigrama, a short apology. Dada, I'm sorry I missed out seeing Shuddhatma in all these. Please give me the strength not to make this mistake again and strength to see Shuddhatma in them. You know. So that will reinforce your decision of seeing Shuddhatma. The third thing is if wherever we miss out, we see them afterwards. The fourth thing we can do is that whenever we miss out, rather than so that we may not miss out, we can do a small samai of seeing Shuddhatmas. Whenever you get time, minimum 10 minutes, maximum 15 minutes, whatever duration of spare time you get, close your eyes and just practice seeing Shuddhatma in everybody. Your family members, neighbors, relatives, friends, whoever comes. Casually go one by one by one. Visualize the face, go to the Shuddhatma in the next and the next face, the next person's face, then the third person's face. Like that, visualize and do it. This is called the Samaik of being of seeing Shuddhatma in everyone. If you practice this Samaik, what will happen is uh, awareness will increase. So what you have done with eyes closed, you will be able to do it with eyes open during your daily activities or while you are carrying out your daily course activities. You can automatically start seeing Shuddhatma. These are all tools. So doing Shuddhatma also with Shuddhatma Samayik is one Purusharth. And other Purusharth is to set up your own self reminders that you may be reminded to do it. Because what happens once you get into the daily work, say at job, you forget it. Or while at home with children or many other work cooking or other issues, you will forget it. How will you remember to do it? So if you can make a small sticker of the first two agnas, where you can just write at the relative viewpoint, I am so and so, the real viewpoint, I am your so. And keep a small sticker wherever you spend a large part of your working day, on a table, on your computer, or in a drawer of your working table. The moment you open the drawer or you see it below on your working table, you see the sticker and you remember to say Shuddha. So that is one of the techniques of having self-reminders. Or in the kitchen, on the fridge, wherever you can keep on seeing it. Just as we have Dada's photo, the moment every time we pass through the photo, we immediately go down or feel happy. Similarly, this is something like that. Another way of setting up a self reminder is by way of a ringtone or an alarm in your mobile phones. You can set up something in your phone that it rings periodically, say every 1 hour or so. It's a gentle reminder I have to say Shubha every day. Apart from this, you can also set up your own self reminders. If you have self reminders set during the working life, in the working day, during the day while we are working, you will not forget to say Shubha. Then one more thing is you will observe that all this works fine, but when you go out to for some shopping or banking or any other activities, you are likely to miss out on Shubha. So for that, what we should do is that before we move out or go to these places, we must resolve in advance that I will definitely see Shuddhatma at all these places. The Dushat is to resolve in advance at such places where you're likely to miss out seeing Shuddhatma and then see Shuddhatma. You will be able to do the work as well as the seeing of Shuddhatma. Another way of telling yourself is normally when we leave home, we have a list of things to do, as we call it a to-do list, a list of things to do. In that, we normally go, oh, I have to do this, 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 this. After making the list, you can also say, I am going to see Shuddhatma. I am leaving home or going out to see Shuddhatma, and will also do the work that I am set out to do. Just reverse your priorities mentally inside within your mind. I'm not going out to work, I'm going out to see Shuddhatma, and will also carry out these activities. So both the visions will operate. The divine soul vision will operate, and even the worldly activities that you are set out to do will operate. And in fact, you're able to do those work more truly and more calmly, and you'll enjoy. Even while supposing you have gone for shopping on a big mall, collected all your groceries or all your stuff, and you're waiting in the queue to pay. So that rather than just see things, just wander and ponder and wait aimlessly, you can start practicing Shuddhatma in all the people in front of you or around you. So you will feel happy also, and when your turn comes, you will also feel happy. It will stop the unnecessary mental chatter that goes within your mind. This is how you can make use of spare time that you get in between. So these are the purushas that I'm not going out to do work, but I'm going out to see Shuddhatma. And as you start practicing, and if you are firmly resolved to see Shuddhatma, you yourself will be able to find out what are the places where you still miss out on seeing Shuddhatma. That you have to review yourself and find out. And if you find out, you'll be able to realize that wherever there is a sticky file, what we call a sticky file or sticky file in English, you will miss out. Say persons who don't get along well, there you are likely to miss out. So there also you must resolve, I want this with mind. One question some Mahatma had put up to me, that when I come across one or two such people whose behavior has deeply hurt me in the past, whenever I see their faces or see them in person, I just cannot bring about of seeing Shuddhatma in them. What to do? Well, the reason is because we have a very strong opinion about that person, that he has done so and so wrong with me. That opinion is so deeply engraved that it prevents you from seeing the Shuddhatma with you. Also, it has got noted down very deeply inside us. So, the remedy is we must, with today's Gnan, see them as a karta or non-doer. Whatever they have done was due to my past account or past karmic debt. So they have given me this hurt. In fact, he or she has cleared my papa or sins by giving me this hurt. They are very useful and obliging nature. And erase the note, erase whatever we have kept, what is got engraved in our heart, the wrong behavior, with today's knowledge that I forgive them. That forgive them, think they are helpful and obliging. If you do that, then you will be able to easily see Shuddhatma in those one or two sticky files. This is just a remedy for doing it. Then you will also see at some, why you are not able to see Shuddhatma especially when we have some expectations from people. Children should behave like this, they should study, if they spend too much time in TV, computer, or mobile, they get disturbed. So over there, we must learn to take it easy, see Shuddhatma in them, pray for their well-being, and then go ahead. We have adamancy or we have insistency that he should do like this, he should do that, this is right and this is wrong. And if such insistency and adamancy on our part is preventing us in saying Shuddhatma in such few close files, there the solution is to let go of your adamancy, let go of your insistence, to insist, your agra, your pakad, that it is to be done like this. Tell them and then leave it. If you leave it, you'll be able to see Shuddhatma in you. On pondering further, you may still find some places where you sing Vishnu. Then they come, the happiness of the five senses. You're going out for a nice movie show in a cinema hall, or going out for eating food in a restaurant, or you're going out for shopping. In all those places, you will, that will forget to see Shuddhatma. Basically, in all the places of the five senses, that is called discharge moha. So in all those places, you are likely to miss out. Solution is to talk to yourself. Talk to your five self, your five number one, and tell him that we have been experiencing the happiness of the five senses since so many lifetimes. Has anything remained with us? None of the happiness has stayed with us. Everything has come and gone. Then why, for such small, temporary, and fleeting happiness, are you losing to see Shuddhatma? Why are you losing to remain and experience the inner bliss? Dear person, I'm not saying stop it. I'm not saying stop movies, hotels, or any of the worldly things. That will happen. Let it happen. But just talk to yourself. In the process, you will become separate from file number one. Just talk to yourself. That why? Why are you so much deeply involved in it? File number one wants to go hotel. Okay, you go. I'm with you. I'll also see Shuddhatma. Will also eat like that. So both things have to be done. Getting separate from yourself and experience and talking to yourself would be a prasad which will help you to remain anchored in Shuddhatma. And at times, because some routine activities like say eating breakfast or lunch, having baths, and other things, walking your way to office, have become so mechanical, and we try to do it very, very fast and quick. In the process, also, sometimes we forget. So, if you want to remain anchored in ourselves, that I am the pure soul, if you want to remain anchored in the pure soul awareness. I'm saying to remain anchored in the pure soul awareness. When you are doing some such solo activities, you must slightly reduce the speed of it. Of course, time permitting and situation permitting. Now, this balance you have to strike now. Otherwise, you will say that you slow down this process, and if you slow down the process, automatically you get anchored that I am the pure soul. But you have to use it with discretion. If you're getting late to office and you're just walking at a very brisk, fast pace, there you don't try to slow down. In the process, you will reach late and you will create other worldly issues. So use caution and discretion. Where possible, if you reduce the speed slightly, your self-awareness will increase. And an increased self-awareness will help you to see that now, otherwise also. So where possible, you could reduce it. Finally, you can also maintain a small journal or a small diary at the end of the day where you could see Shuddhatma or where you could not see Shuddhatma. Write down where you could not see Shuddhatma. So it will serve as a self-reminder. Okay, tomorrow at these places I definitely want to see what push can I do, what corrective action Maintaining a diary, you will able to trace your own progress. You will able to trace what mistakes you are making, and you may find that there is a few mistakes are being repeated again and again. And takes you write down what are the solutions you can do not to repeat them. If you write it down, it gets imbibed into you. So next day you'll be more motivated not to do it. When something is there in front of us in writing, it helps us clear our thinking. It helps us, it reinforces our own determination and resolve that I want to remain in Shuddhatma, I want to see Shuddhatma. Maintaining a small journal or a diary, a personal diary, is also very useful in reinforcing your determination or practicing the first two elements. And generally, start seeing everybody as one. Just as I am the pure soul, the opposite person is a pure soul. So, in that aspect, we are one. Experience the oneness, or what we call as Abhedata. Experience the Abhedata. My son, his Prakriti is very notorious, just doesn't listen. But he is also pure soul. I am also pure soul. We are all. If you try to experience this oneness with whomsoever you interact, that will give inner happiness, inner calm. This inner calm will enhance your Jagrati further to see Shuddhatma, the pure soul in everyone. So these are some of the tips or tools which you can use by which you can remain in the first two agnas while carrying out your normal routine daily activities. If you have no work, you can remain very easily, but that situation will not be there. We always be surrounded by work activities and events. In that situation, how do we remain anchored in Shuddhatma? How do we see Shuddhatma in others? Is the challenge and is the Purusharth. These tips will help you to remain. And as I said before, it, the implementation or the making use of these tools will depend how strongly you are motivated to use them, how strongly you have determined to practice the first two agnas, how strongly you have resolved that come what may, I will see Shuddhatma. I want to experience the pure soul as Dadaji is experiencing. I want to reach to that level. If that becomes your goal, your motto of your present life, that will be a big driving force for the Purusharth. That will be a big driving force for the efforts to implement and practice the first two agnas. They are the key agnas. The first two are there, the remaining will be more easy. So agnas are basic, very easy, only your resolution is required. The more you practice, the more easier it will become. In future, we will see how we can practice the third agna and also the fourth agna in our day-to-day life. How these two will be useful. These two agnas keep us in Shuddha Yog directly from the Nishchay or the real viewpoint. And the third and fourth agnas bring us in Vitaraka or equanimity from the Vyavhar point of view. All the from the worldly dealings. We have to deal with so many people, good, bad, tricky situations, comfortable and uncomfortable. How to remain equanimous or Vitaraka in such situations. The third and fourth agnas will help us in those things. But from the Shuddha Nishchay point of view, real point of view, these first two agnas will be very helpful. They are very simple and very easy to implement. So I have just summarized in the first two agna pushas. If anyone has any questions, I would like to answer.
No.
Okay, so just a general question. When
Yes.
you just within your family members, when you are looking for Shuddhatma, them so many times during the day, I think how many? Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. You see the Shuddhatma once or twice initially when you see them, but then if you see them so many times during the day, then નથી દેખાતું પછી નવા લોકોને મળીએ ત્યારે યાદ આવે કે અરે હા શુદ્ધાત્મા આવ્યા શુદ્ધાત્મા સમજો બોસ સાથે કે
It's all.
પછી
No,
સાઈડ
it's
ટ્રેક થઈ
fine.
જાય.
It's fine. No, it's going to happen. It will. That is what I'm saying. Anant Avatar, infinite lifetimes, we have got only the worldly vision. This vision of Shuddhatma we have got now in this lifetime. So it will require practice, and gradually, with a sustained practice, will this vision become firmly anchored in us. So never mind. If you see 3-4 times in the house, it's a good beginning. Then especially you should do it or make it a point to it when you get into a fight. Maybe afterwards you remember to see Shuddhatma. Never mind. Initially it will happen that you are seeing them afterwards. You remember to see afterwards. We have given that tour also. No? Whenever afterwards you remember to see them, close your eyes, briefly see Shuddhatma, do a short pratikraman, Dada, give me, I'm sorry, give me the strength not to repeat it. So that will enhance gradually your this thing. And don't get stressed out in the process. Do it in a very relaxed format. Don't feel, oh, I missed out Shuddhatma. Don't feel guilty or bad about it. Just say, I want to give me the strength, I want to do it. It has to be done in a relaxed format, not in a guilty format. So casually, just close your eyes,
Okay.
see wherever you decide to see. So new people you will see, old people will come closely. More you see Shuddhatma outside, gradually it will happen inside the home also. It's a process and it will take time. Hang on to it. First thing in the morning, decide I want Shuddhatma. And gradually, step by step, it will become stronger and stronger over a period of time. It's a long-term project. So results will come gradually, but then they'll grow also exponentially. That's the answer there.
Okay. Yeah.
That work, how many times do you see? Like, તો પુલિનાનંદજી, આપણે વર્કમાં જોબ બોસને જોતા હોઈએ આગળ પાછળ પાસ થઈ અને જોઈએ how many times would you see Shuddhatma? All the time you pass, okay, not even talking or communicating with her. I mean, how is it?
You want to remain separate from your body. You want to remain in Shuddhatma how many times throughout the day?
All the time.
All the time. That's all. So I mean, nothing very special, you see. But if you make it initially, you have to put in efforts. But then, say after say a month or so, or maybe 2 months of such sustained effort, it will become very casual. Moment your antaskaran, your mind, intellect, chit and ego is free from work, immediately wherever your sight falls, wherever your vision falls, you will see Shuddhatma automatically, I guarantee you. It will become very automatic, very casual. Initially you feel, ye kya hai? But that kya hai, that effort of seeing Shuddhatma is going to pull you out from unnecessary mental chatter. Unnecessary mental chatter. He did this and he did that. All the kachara will go away.
Yeah.
So it is a very good purshat to remain in self. Whatever is required by way of work at home or at outside, at office, that you have to concentrate. But at this work this should be done. This is the activity 1, activity 2, activity 3. All this miscellaneous planning, do it in a structured manner. But if you see the Shuddhatma, what will happen? That structured planning also will happen very effortlessly, smoothly flow. It will flow very smoothly and occur in one line, in short time. So casually decide to see. In fact, in pause moments, in pause moments when you're working at your desk, then supposing you're thinking you're going out for the washroom or going out to drink of water or something, just casually see everybody should that. It's a simple glancing up. So you start with a casual thing, then gradually it will happen.
Yeah, I do. એટલે આ થાય છે હવે આ વસ્તુ અને હવે the change I have seen in last couple like 2-3 weeks માં હમણાં Savannah when I enter it's a huge like where there are like 70-80 people over there. So શુદ્ધાત્મા પહેલા એક વખત જોઈ લઉં પછી બાથરૂમમાં જતા કે કઈ બી ચાય કોફી લેવા માટે કેવી રીતે I see the શુદ્ધાત્મા. The thing what I have seen the change is કે મારા આજુબાજુમાં there are ladies who are always gossiping things. to come and tell me and bother me and everything, slowly I stopped responding. Like whenever they used to talk to me, I used to just think in my head, they are just a flower. That's what they are. They come and I mean like એવી રીતે કરીને અને હું અનંત સુખનું ધામ છું એવી રીતે બોલવાનું ચાલુ થતું હતું. હવે initially there are these two ladies. They only talk to each other now, but I don't get bugged up. હવે I am not involved in that thing. હવે they don't come and bother me or tell me anything. So I'm like, in a way, it feels so nice. I feel happy about it. I'm not involved in whatever they are talking about in any person in the office. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel good about it. I feel so much light. પહેલા મને આમ સ્ટ્રેસ થતું હતું એ લોકોની ગોસિપિંગ સાંભળીને કે એ લોકો મને ઇન્વોલ્વ કરીને વાતો કરીને they were wasting my time at work over there અને listening to everybody bad things around એવી રીતે. તો હવે I feel more happy કે I'm not being bugged with all those things away. So
it is a fantastic experience. Alpha, this is a fantastic experience and it will help all the people who will listen to it in future. Ladies ma, office ma, people keep gossiping and backbiting in others.
Yeah.
Now, because you have decided to see Shuddhatma and everyone, you are remaining anchored. You are becoming vitrag. You are becoming vitrag. So you are generating situations which will make you vitrag and which will allow you to remain in Shuddhatma.
Okay.
These two colleagues of yours who are now not forcing you to listen to their gossip is one of the things this situation has generated because you have decided to be in Shuddhatma. By in Shuddhatma, you are remaining vitrag. It is your decision to remain vitrag. So nature is supporting your decision.
Yes, initially the first week
it has changed the situation. It has changed the other person's behavior, and you are now kept away from unnecessary gossip and rag.
I mean, first week was so hard for me too. Every time I used to think, "Arey, હું આ લોકો સાથે વાત નહીં કરીશ તો how will it be there?"
Can you come close to the camera? Can you come close to the camera?
Yeah.
A little up. Yeah.
Initially, first week was very hard for me. When I started doing that thing, it was like Shuddhatma Jyoti thi, and the way they used to talk earlier, and pachi, I was like, it doesn't matter. I do not want to hurt anybody or don't want to be involved in this thing. I mean, kept seeing Shuddhatma in them at the same time. So बुद्धि એટલી બધી વચ્ચે આવતી હતી ને ત્યારે બુદ્ધિ એમ આવતી હતી કે it was fighting, conflicting against. અરે કે તું આમ નહીં કરીશ આમ થશે. I'm like, oh my god, like literally ઘરે આવીને I used to be like stressed out કે what am I doing? But then I was like, ના મારે શુદ્ધાત્મામાં જ રહેવું છે કરીને કે I do not want to be interfered. કે હું જોબ કરવા માટે જાઉં છું, doesn't matter. અગર બે માણસોની ઓછી વાત કરી, I'm okay. અને initially હમણાં this whole week it has been કે 8 hours if I'm there by myself. ખાલી બોસને કંઈ રિપોર્ટ કરવાનું હોય કે કંઈ કરવાનું હોય તો it's kind of like a very different situation કે in a whole day I'm not talking to anybody, but at the same time I have such a કે હું ઘરે આવું તો I feel કે વાવ આજે શુદ્ધાત્મા જોવામાં મજા પડી ગયેલી આજે ઓફિસમાં કે passing by anybody even walking I see passing by કેવું શુદ્ધાત્મા છે કરીને કે like you know એવી રીતે વાત થાય અને અમુક ટાઈમ like એવું લાગે કે જોબ પર જવાની મજા આવે છે હવે કે એટલા બધા માણસો દેખાય છે. I mean, પહેલા બી કામ કરવા માટે મજા આવતી હતી, પણ હવે ઓલું કામનો સ્ટ્રેસ નથી લાગતું. But it's the fun part is કે I get to see so many Shuddhatmas over there. Okay, that is the good part.
Then this is a wonderful experience. Wonderful experience. કે કામ બી થાય છે, your work is also going on, and parallelly you are experiencing the inner bliss of Shuddhatma. So that is point number 1. Point number 2, you are becoming vitrag, you are becoming equanimous. અને રાગદ્વેષમાં માથાકૂટમાં પડતી નથી, એનો બી આનંદ થાય છે, અથડામણ નથી. અને કોઈ વાત કરવા વાળું ના મળે, no one to talk to you, still you are happy. That is a very important thing for ladies. Even if you have no one to talk to, because you are the pure soul and you are experiencing your own true happiness or own true bliss of the pure soul. It's a wonderful experience, and with this experience I think whoever sees it will be highly motivated to do what you have been doing.
But મારી હવે અથડામણી છે કે બુદ્ધિ જ્યારે આટલી ડખો ડખલ કરે ત્યારે what do I need to keep telling my head અમુક ટાઈમે
Very simple. બુદ્ધિ ને કહેવાનું ભાઈ તારું સાંભળીને listening to all your things, I have come to this misery, and whatever advice you have given me has ultimately resulted in rag dvesh and ill feelings towards others and hurting others and hurting myself also. So your advice has not helped me at all. So from now onwards, I will not listen to you. I will be listening to what Dadaji has said. I will be following Dada's agnas. If you want to help me in practicing that agnas, I will listen to you. So you give me positive advice, don't give me negative advice. This is what you have to tell your intellect.
Yes.
It's bound to happen because this type of intellect we have brought in our Prakriti. Only that is why we keep on doing gossiping and all that nonsense.
Oh my God.
But now with the so initially there will be a clash, and after some time that same intellect will get converted into samyak intellect or good intellect, and it will help you in practicing the agnas and remaining in the jnana.
Okay.
એક વિપરીત બુદ્ધિ સમ્યક બુદ્ધિ થશે.
Okay. Yes.
એટલે એને અત્યારે તો કહેવાનું ભાઈ અત્યાર સુધી તારી એડવાઇસ સાંભળી મને કઈ ફાયદો નથી થયો, હવે હું દાદાની એગ્નેસમાં મને બહુ મજા પડે છે અને આમાં મને હેલ્પ કરવાની હોય તો મને કે.
Okay.
So we are motivating the buddhi to come to our point of view rather than we getting stretched out to its point of view.
Yes.
So respect it and firmly say no and motivate it to come to your or Dada's viewpoint.
Okay. Yeah.
And it will come, I assure you. Just sustain this effort for a few more weeks, I would say. It will come.
Okay. Yes.
Wonderful experience, very good experience, and very motivating to anybody who will listen in future.
Okay.
That how in adverse situations, this is only the tip of the iceberg. If you do the third and fourth, and you will be, really, as Dada Bhagavan used to say after giving Gnan, that if you practice my agnas, you will be able to experience the bliss Lord Mahavir had experienced. Mahavir Bhagavan used to experience tremendous amount of inner bliss. That same experience you can get by remaining in my five agnas. This is a tip of the iceberg. You have made a good picnic.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Ashirwad apo agar can get the whole all five agnas.
Definitely, 100%. I assure you. Atlu karo. I am with you. Dada's blessings are with you, and you will grow further and further, effortlessly and much faster.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Devanshi is inspired to share any experience.
But the initially what I shared, every single day the person I had a very tough time understanding. It's now becoming a little easier with the purushas of saying Shuddhatma. Every morning when I wake up, that I remind myself, and every time something happens, I step back and I remind myself, oh, Shuddhatma Jwala છે, એટલે it's just different happiness. મેં તમને પહેલા પણ કીધું કે after a while when I sit back and think about it, I laugh at myself. Yeah.
Very good experience. If you see Shuddhatma and first you see that they are bad or I want to do this wrong or that wrong, and when you apply the first two agnas and see Shuddhatma then you feel very light about it, and when you smile it out, oh, what am I doing? So you feel inner. So externally you feel light, inner wise also you experience a different type of happiness. The different type of happiness is the happiness of the pure soul. Is the happiness of remaining with Radha. આને જ ધર્મ ધ્યાન કહેવાય. અંદર શુક્લ ધ્યાન અને બહાર ધર્મ ધ્યાન એ આને જ કહેવાય.
I also wanted to ask you that when we say Shuddhatma in other person, does that affect them too? Like the other person, does that affect them?
Of course.
How?
Of course. It's a very vital point you have raised. It's a very vital point, and I think I need to elaborate. Whenever we see Shuddhatma in the opposite person, it has a good effect. It sends out positive vibrations in them, and whatever work you are set to do with them will get settled down much faster and without any hard burn or bad feelings. This will you will experience it in a very nice manner, especially when you have to deal with a tricky situation. Policeman has caught you while driving. See Shuddhatma in them, the way he interacts will be different. You have to approach your boss with some tricky issues. You are not like the way, or you want to propose something very different, and you are sure that he will not listen to you, or you won't leave, and he is not going to grant you leave. Something. Then 11 lafra thase. It may be your boss, it may be your colleague, it may be anybody. If you see Shuddhatma in them and then talk to them, their reaction to you will be much different than what you have experienced in the past. I guarantee. You can try it out and experience it yourself.
Okay.
Even in children.
I'm sorry?
When they don't listen to you, even in children, when they don't listen to you, sit for homework, eat your food, stop TV, or etc. Whatever things, just see Shuddhatma in them and then say this. More I will elaborate during the fourth Agna, because here the fourth Agna is also required for such issues. But just a point in this Agna, whenever you see Shuddhatma in them and talk to them, it will have a different effect on them and have a different effect on you, and that delay will get spread up very smoothly. It has a tremendous impact on the other person. Not only person, it also affects animals. Koi hinsak prani, you don't face that problem in outside India, foreign countries, but in India, sometimes you have a dog or monkey and all, they just come. Sometimes snake comes up, cockroach comes up, and we feel very afraid of it. So if you see Dharma in them, even a vociferous, barking dog will not hurt you. Even in wild animals where you feel afraid, the moment you see Shuddhatma in them, coolly and calmly they'll allow you to pass on. This works even on animals too. I've experienced it, and many Atmas have experienced it. You can also see. So it works on human beings, animals, and every living creature. It is a very powerful thing. At that point of time, you will get a glimpse of the power of the Shuddhatma. આપણે કહીએ ને શુદ્ધાત્માની અનંત શક્તિ છે, અનંત ઐશ્વર્ય છે. You'll be able to. This is just a glimpse of that. Just very small glimpse. A very nice point you raised, that seeing Shuddhatma also affects the other person. It sends out positive vibes. In the Ragdish, what is Hisab boy? The Hisab of like and dislike that gets squared up equanimously without Ragdish with Ragna. It works on human beings as well as on animals. Right. Very good point. So, anything else? If there is not, anybody any point to be raised or any questions on the first two Agnas? No. Okay, then I think we can just end the satsang here. I think this come out well and should be useful for anybody to see it in future. Can we go live off air?